Good morning.
Good morning. Look what happens when you have vitamin C.
Right.
No, vitamin D.
Vitamin D. You've had so much vitamin D, you don't even know what you had.
I don't even know.
The weather has changed. The wind is blowing today, and it is only about 55 degrees out right now, 60 for a high, and then the rain is coming in a couple of hours. So we need to get done what we can get done before the rain moves in, and it's going to cool it off. And then actually tonight and the next couple of nights are going to be in the 30s. So come over here for a minute. When I was trying to sleep, which I wasn't, ideas were rolling around in my head of how to finish off this right here. This area is the chase for our outdoor heat master wood boiler. We send our piping over there, up the wall, and then into the bathroom to our utility closet. It doesn't go through the slab, it goes out here. So I want to make this chase, so if we need to remove the cover, we can. So what I was thinking is we're going to make some trim work to go this side and then this side. We're going to make our own corner with some of the trim boards we have, and then we can always leave this side on. If we need to remove this cover, we'll take this off, and then we're just going to do clad board the whole way, all the way to the ground. We're not going to do any stone. It'll look different, but it's a chase, and a lot of times chases are different. And then that way, if we ever need to remove the cover, we just take this trim board off. We can access all of our screws, and then we can still leave the siding on and work on it that way.
So I was hoping that this was going to be all stone. That was my idea, or my thought in my head, but it makes sense what Al's saying, that we can't do that to be able to access it in the way the stones are cut. We don't have corners for that, and the way the trim will be, it won't look good. So we're going to go ahead and side it all. As long as it's not green zip board with everything else and looks nice and neat, it will look good. So we can get that taken care of. And I did a bunch of trim over on the other side of the house. It's painted a little bit of the sidewalk as well on accident. And I want to get the doors painted. And then I had put the 6 primer on the other door. The French doors come with the PVC around the window part, so that didn't stay. The black paint we put on didn't stay, so then we had some leftover 6 paint. I put that on, so that should help stick to the PVC so that we can go ahead and now paint it, and hopefully it won't peel off, at least not right away.
Even though the temperatures have dropped, it's actually nicer working temperatures than it was last week. So 1, 2. I love this kind of weather for working outside.
It feels like fall. It's really nice, actually.
Sweatshirt weather, working. I love it. I've been doing a little bit of mowing at night. The grass I didn't cut last fall, I left it long so the deer could eat, and they ate quite a bit of it, but I've been going around getting all the shaggy stuff, and it's amazing how nice some of the spots are looking and how quick the grass is greening up. This is really early for our area.
Because the weather is changing, I think, are we going to hold off on the doors?
Painting the doors, we should.
We should hold off on painting the doors, so they're going to stay a little ugly for a few days. When we got the stone, you can get a paint kit, so that way when you do the cuts, you don't see the ugly. It looks so much better the side we just did. Now we're gonna do this side, because this doesn't look very good, but once we put this paint on, it looks wonderful.
That looks so much better.
So much better. It's crazy.
It is. A little bit of paint changes it all.
I feel like I just felt the raindrop.
It's coming. It's gonna green everything up. It'll be interesting to see how fast these trees bud out. There's a couple of trees over here that are already starting to bud out. So, all right, we gotta get this board cut, and then we gotta rip it to the dimensions we need, and then we have another board. We'll try to get everything prepped before the rain comes in, because it's coming. It's gonna be weird. We're gonna have to turn our heat back on a couple of nights this week. Perfect. All right, so we got this plugged in. We'll cut 2 short ones down, and then we will rip these wider ones. All right, let's try that. And then I'll have you catch, but let me start and just rip a piece. I'll get a measurement. We numbered these, so that would be 5, this would be 6.
Right.
This is 6. And this one is 5. Okay.
Good thing you numbered them.
Good thing you thought of that.
Did I?
I don't remember. Somebody did. It was either me or you.
I'll take the credit. I'll take the credit. It was probably me. I don't think it was, but.
I don't remember.
Oh, that looks so good.
You like that?
Yep. And then I'll touch
You like
it up.
it black?
Yep.
And then we'll just have to go through and we do a final coat, fill in the nail holes, and then just put a fresh coat of paint on this and then all of the trim. Just like that. Still gotta take, oh no, perfect.
You sure you don't want any glue? Because it's not coming back off.
We don't need no glue.
You have a fever? Because you always want more glue.
So I'm thinking what we'll do is we'll start over there, get the first couple of courses going, then we'll jump over here, get the first couple of courses, and maybe just keep going down, because the first 2 rows are the worst because you got to set them, get them right, and then the next row you got to measure and mark it. You can't use your gauges because you don't have enough room. So if we get all like the tedious stuff done at first, all the way across the front, then after that we'll be able to, and it'll go a lot quicker. That's what I think. The rain's coming. I know it is.
It is.
We're going to get started and then we're going to get wet. We got to remember we got to cover the pile too. Let's test it. I like that.
Come down more, wouldn't you?
All right, let's see what we got for a length.
Are you all the way down? I'll go down.
133.
Tan man, the rain started.
All right, let's try to get these up before the rain starts coming down too hard. I like that. All right, let's go over here and get this side started, because now after this I can start using the jig.
All right.
Listen to that rain.
Okay.
One, two. Since this rain decided to come in, let's get the black trim painted so the next day it's nice out, we can get this trim up, and then we can continue on with installing the stone and getting all the corners up, and then we can just continue on. Good morning, girls. You glad the rain stopped? Well, I bet the girls are glad the rain stopped. I don't think it's done with, but it's let off for now. But that grass is greening up so nicely. I guess back here it looks the best. Look at that. I've never seen green grass up here this early, so I'm loving it. You want your hay? There you go. It was raining pretty good last night. I was hoping that the walls were going to dry off quicker than they are, but they're not completely dry yet. And I hate to cover up the wet sides with the clapboard siding right now because it's going to be getting down to the 30s tonight. So I don't think this is going to dry out if we cover it up. And I don't want to risk having like mold and stuff back there or swelling the siding. So we are going to wait on that. And we have a project that needs to get done when it's wet out. So it's a perfect day to do that. Put this on hold. We'll continue on tomorrow with that, but we got another project we can work on. So when they got done logging our road, it was pretty muddy out and we fixed down below, but up above we did not. We're not bringing any gravel in as of this point to fix it, but we have some ruts we need to fix up. Couldn't fix it up earlier because there was still frost coming out of the ground and it was way too muddy. And we went from mud to dry like that. So I wasn't able to fix it over the last few days just because it dried up so quick. But we got this rain overnight and it saturated the ground pretty good. So I'm hoping that that means we can go down with our box scraper and clean that area of the road up. And that way we'll have a nice smooth road and we're not dealing with ruts. So let's take a ride down there and see what it looks like. Today we'll be using the heat in the TYM. I'm so glad this thing has heat and air conditioning. It comes in so handy in our climate. One day it's cold, one day it's hot. You just never know. So it's nice to be able to be in a climate controlled cab. I know, I'm getting old, but I appreciate it. So the road got rutted up. It's not too terrible right here, but where the hill is, it gets a little bit more rutted up. I'll show you. And that, I'm pretty sure, is the worst of it. And then we have just all the way down to the landings that they were landing in is like this. When they left, it was still winter time, so, and muddy. This was like in between. We had like the in-between season. It was like winter, but mud season. And there was still snow and slush on the ground. So like right here, that's a pretty good sized rut. It's probably 6 inches deep, so hopefully we can get it all filled in. And then we gotta go all the way down and see what we can clean it up, but it should be good. We're not gonna know until we try, so let's get to it. It's starting to sprinkle out again, so I'm glad we made the call to work on the road and not the siding. This down and get over. All right, let's see how this goes. Our natural soil here is pretty clean, so whenever it gets wet, it just gets very comfortable. That hill was definitely the worst. Looking forward, we have ruts, but nothing like we had back there. We got this thing as cruise control too, so you can find the speed you like for dragging and set your cruise control and just keep steering. So the other day we had some big windstorms and we have a couple of trees down on the main road. I'm wondering what the trails look like. We haven't gone out on them while they're muddy because we don't want to run them up. We're trying to stay off them this time of the year so that way we don't put ruts in them, because the more ruts you have in the trails, when you get rain, it just washes down and it makes the ruts bigger and bigger and bigger. So we're trying to stay off of them, but we're gonna have to get on them and find out, and probably with a chainsaw and go for a ride and see how many trees we got to clean up. Luckily, this one is just a little dead one. So yeah, it looks like it's going to take a few passes to get all these ruts filled in, but we're getting there. Most of them are filling in every once in a while. It's not. I'll have to probably go back this way and clean it up, and then down this way, and then back this way, and do each side 2 times, both different directions, so that way we get a good smooth path. It's working pretty good. A little bit more wet would be good, but it's kind of like a fine line. You don't want it too wet, then you just leave it ruts and it makes a mess. So it's kind of like give and take, and this year everything dried out so quickly we didn't have a chance to get in here before it dried out too much. So it's kind of slick right here. The tires keep wanting to spin. I think we got it though. That's good. Our box scraper is pretty full. I'm gonna see if I can come over here to our sinkhole and dump it in the sinkhole. front end loader and get it in the sinkhole because the rear tire did not like going there. Oh, that's so much better. I like it. It's not perfect, but so much better. Nicer, not perfect, but it's better. Alright, let's continue back up on the side we came down. Drag it the other direction, going up and see how good we get. There's a few spots where the frost has just started to come out in this landing area. So we gotta get it the best we can. We might have to come back later. Or just be careful, so hopefully we don't have to come back later. It is pretty soft in some spots. So even though we've had some good, actually almost a whole week in the 70s and upper 70s, there's still some good frost coming out of the ground. That is soup. My tires are sinking in, so I'm going deeper and deeper and just kind of making more of a mess. So we're gonna try to go fast here, get it filled in, and just keep going. That surprises me that there's still that much muck left here with how warm it was last week. Gonna leave that pile for now. I'm sinking right here too, and I knew it was soft. I think we're getting out of it. Yeah. Man, is that soft. It is like frosting. Getting greasy again right here. I'm kind of going sideways, but I guess we're not making headway. Pull the blade up a little bit and see if that helps. Let's see what's going on. Tires are getting pretty filled up. Might just because our box is so heavy right now. Yeah, we're a little soft. I think what's happening is it's just heavy wet clay and it's plugging up the box and it doesn't want to come out and smooth out, so we're just getting weighted down and then we're slipping and sliding on the grime of the clay, so we're just going to keep working it gently. I don't think it's helping either. It's starting to rain out again, and it's making the clay pretty greasy, so. All right, we had to offload some of that heavy wet clay. We filled in a hole, so that'll be good. We definitely made the right call with not doing the siding today because it's raining and it keeps raining on and off, on and off. It's not great for the roads either because it makes it pretty slippery, but we're just having a weird year this year with the warm weather we had last week. Look at all that green grass growing up. It's normally not like that this early. And then the roads aren't completely dried out, so I don't know, it's just weird. Most of the road is dried out, so it's good working. Some of the spots are perfect and they're just wet enough. And if they were any drier, we wouldn't be able to work them. Some of them are still too dry and then some of them are still too wet. Just kicking a rock out of our way. So it's just kind of a weird year of trying to work on all this stuff. We'll get it figured out. I'm just trying to get this road fixed up sooner than later so we can take the box blade off, put the mower on, because we're going to be needing to mow the sides of the roads before we know it. It's just crazy. I'm not complaining about this weather, just not used to it up here. All right, hopefully we don't get stuck going back on through. We got a nice little steady mist of rain going on right now. I've worked this area as much as I can. It's turning to soup all right here, and yeah, it's just making it worse. So this area needs to really dry out more before we can work it anymore. But most of the road up there, I'll have to show you, it's coming out pretty good. I've gone up and down it a couple more times. Those mountains look so beautiful in those low clouds. So I'm happy pretty much with where we are. I'll bring you up above. We got to make one more pass on our way out, show you what it's at. Down here needs to get cleaned up too, but with the steady mist we're having, it's making it worse. And so we're going to hold off on this area. We'll clean this up later on. But at least the road now, most of the ruts are gone. This area we can widen up again later on. This little hill area we got to clean up, and then we want to clean up that trail, but we can't do that yet. I can't get over this rain. All right, this is where we're gonna have to call it on fixing up the road because this rain is just making it really greasy. I'm happy with what we've been able to do, but I just feel like if we keep going, we're just gonna make it worse. So we're gonna gotta let it dry out, check it when it's done. But I think for the most part, we got a lot of it. Like this all back here looks really nice. I was able to clean this up with the bucket like you just saw. Up above was good. There's just that one spot where it's really soft that we can't do. So yeah, I'm happy. Glad it's looking good, and hopefully soon we can get this finished up completely. Then I can take the box blade off, then we can put the mower on, and we can start cleaning up the sides of the roads. Oh, that looks so pretty. I had to stop here and take it in. I love the look of fresh gravel or dirt and grass. That just looks so pretty. Oh, this stuff is gonna start growing before we know it, and it's gonna be so nice. What are you doing?
Oh, just getting ready to plant my seeds.
Nice.
Getting everything ready, gonna get them planted. I soaked them for a bit, and I'm gonna see how that works this year. I'm just gonna try a small amount, I think, and see how that goes. And then we're gonna put some seeds in at some point, just direct sow, and see what we get.